Amidst the blistering sands of Egypt, a young and ambitious general named Napoleon Bonaparte embarked on a campaign that would change the course of history forever. Yet, it's a chapter often forgotten. How did Napoleon, against all odds, launch a daring invasion into unknown territory? And how did he survive brutal battles that nearly ended his career before it began? Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more epic stories of military history and strategy. Let's uncover Napoleon's hidden battles. Today, we'll uncover the secrets of Napoleon's Egyptian campaign, a story of underdog tactics, brutal confrontations, and surprising discoveries that shaped the young general's future. From the decisive Battle of the Pyramids to the harrowing Siege of Acre, there's more to this tale than meets the eye. By the end of this video, you'll gain new insights into how these forgotten battles helped shape Napoleon into the military genius the world would come to fear. But first, let's set the stage. In 1798, Europe was in turmoil. The French Republic, still reeling from revolution, was locked in a bitter struggle with Britain. Napoleon, then a rising star in the French military, sought to disrupt Britain's access to its most valuable colony, India. But instead of facing the British Navy head-on, Napoleon chose an unconventional route: Egypt. Why Egypt? Not only was it a strategic link to the east, but it also held the promise of wealth and influence. Napoleon's plan was as daring as it was ambitious: secure Egypt, cut off British trade routes, and establish a French presence in the Middle East. But to do this, he would first have to defeat the Mamluks, the seasoned warriors who ruled the land. If you're fascinated by hidden history and bold military gambits, make sure to subscribe. We've got more untold stories coming your way. The first test of Napoleon's army came in July 1798 at the Battle of the Pyramids. Facing nearly 20,000 Mamluk cavalrymen, Napoleon's troops were heavily outnumbered. But he had a secret weapon: the square formation. This tactic involved forming tight defensive squares with soldiers on all sides, effectively neutralizing the Mamluks' advantage in cavalry. As the Mamluks charged, they were met with walls of French bayonets and devastating volleys of musket fire. The result was a swift and decisive victory for Napoleon, leaving over 6,000 Mamluks dead and securing Cairo under French control. But this triumph was only the beginning. While Napoleon had secured Egypt, his ambitions extended further into the Middle East. His next target was the fortified city of Acre, held by the Ottomans. However, this campaign would prove far more challenging. Napoleon's forces were met with fierce resistance, plagued by disease, and ultimately, they were unable to breach the city's walls. This defeat was a bitter pill for the ambitious general. But how did Napoleon turn this failure into a lesson that would shape his future conquests? And what unexpected threats did he face beyond the battlefield? But the real challenge for Napoleon came not from an enemy army, but from a hidden adversary he never anticipated: disease. Despite setbacks, Napoleon's Egyptian campaign was not in vain. He introduced several innovative tactics that would later serve him well in his European campaigns. For example, his use of logistics and rapid mobility to maneuver his troops through harsh desert terrain foreshadowed the strategies he'd use in his later conquests. But the most profound impact of the campaign was on Napoleon himself. The failures and hardships he faced in Egypt forced him to adapt, rethink his strategies, and become more resilient. In fact, many historians argue that Egypt was the crucible that forged the commander who would later dominate Europe. We'd love to hear from you. What do you think was Napoleon's greatest strength in Egypt? His innovative strategies or his sheer determination? Let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into Napoleon's forgotten battles, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We have more exciting episodes on the way, exploring the untold strategies of history's greatest generals. Looking for more? Check out our video on Hannibal's unbeatable tactics, or dive into our curated playlist on epic military campaigns to continue your journey through history. Napoleon's campaign in Egypt was filled with triumphs, failures, and unexpected lessons. It was here, amidst the ancient ruins and unforgiving deserts, that a young general learned the value of resilience, innovation, and adaptation. These battles may be forgotten, but they were crucial in shaping the legend of Napoleon Bonaparte. But our story doesn't end here. While Napoleon may have faced setbacks in Egypt, he would go on to develop a secret weapon that even his enemies didn't see coming. In our next episode, we'll explore how Napoleon's ingenuity led him to develop a strategy so revolutionary it changed the face of warfare forever. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.